to ESPN's Saturday Primetime. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Not only welcome to Saturday Primetime, welcome to the jungle, the home of the #1 team in the nation, the Auburn Tigers, as they welcome in another conference powerhouse, the Florida Gators, who get back Walter Clayton Jr. today after he missed Florida's last game with a sprained ankle. Johni Broome, one of the two leading candidates for National Player of the Year. He is raring to go, and so is Bruce Pearl.
We haven't had a ton of adversity, all right? We've continued to find wins, and we continue to find ways to win, okay? Don't wait for the man next to you. Don't wait for the guy next to you. And you can make a play on rebound, make a play on defense, make a play on offense, okay? This will be the best one of the year we've had all year long.
The Tigers have only lost once all season. That was out of conference a couple of months ago at Duke. They are unbeaten in conference play, and there are the Gators in a three-way tie for third at 6-3. Look at all the highly ranked teams in this extraordinary conference this year. And that means Denzel Aberdeen, very talented player, Jay, is going to make his second career start. Made the last start because Clayton was out, starts today because Martin is out. They're going to rely on him a lot today.
Well, Aberdeen is a downhill driver and a versatile point guard. He's athletic, he can be explosive, and he's played some really important minutes off the bench this year for Florida.
9,121. It sounds like twice as many as that here in the jungle. Underway, and it's Auburn ball to get this one started.
Unimaginable. I liken it to UConn when Jim Calhoun took over.
Kelly short on the three. Broome the offensive rebound.
Those are the kind of rebounds that Florida needs to come up with in this game.
Broome going to work on Condon. Trying to get back to that left hand and somehow gets it to go.
Block that shot.
Fifth-year player, 2 at Morehead State, 3 here on the Plains. That was his 399th career block. He just had his shot knocked away. Gators running. Richard 21-7 against Vandy Tuesday, and he's got Florida on the board. There are no two programs in America, to my opinion, which embody more the up-transferring. Guys coming from low or mid-majors, from all over the place and turning into star players. Ready on Will Richard, and remember, they are without Elijah Martin. Aberdeen is starting, and Todd Golden has associate head coach coaching waiting at Auburn, but Golden and Pearl feel like family with one another.
Dylan Cardwell has done an outstanding job on the defensive end. He switched off on Walter Clayton Jr.
How you talk about a logo 3 in the mid-season candidates for the Cousy Award as the best point guard in college basketball. Broome again one-on-one with Condon. Kelly the drive. It'll go. Regular season meeting between these two. Kelly just inside the arc, knocks down another one.
Auburn's spacing has been outstanding. They are really spreading out this Florida defense.
Condon thinking about a 3. Now the ball screen for Aberdeen. Stepped into it, but left it way short on a clean look. Baker Mazar, a little fade away, and it's Auburn by 7.
Auburn is just beating Florida down the floor.
Neville Arena to Hot Pettiford has checked in. Cheney Johnson as well for the Tigers. And Johni Broome already has 3 assists and 2 blocks in this game. Johnson, who would be starting.
Every shot's been an open one.
And Will Richard, with 2 fouls, has now indeed gone to the bench for Florida. Sophomore Urban Klobjar from Slovenia's in. Chris Moore. The steal and the foul at the other end.
Against Oklahoma in that big win, but he's always a guy that does whatever it takes.
He and Dylan Cardwell, each with 5 years in the program. This is such an experienced team. Not all of it here, obviously. But, boy, they've got so many older players who have played so much college basketball.
Little horn set, and the catches are extended right now. You want the big guys to really get out and pressure.
Good cut by Thomas Howe. Good find by Alex Condon, and a much-needed bucket for the Gators.
The ball, maybe take away some vision.
Aberdeen had no idea Chaney Johnson was running him down from behind. Now Houck, and one thing Florida really wants to do is get out in transition and score early. Aberdeen, a clean look, rebound Condon. Aberdeen again, and he got it. Pettiford, one of the most talented freshmen in the nation. And he's had big numbers in their biggest games, and look at that, a 30-footer.
Just rejected that ball screen and went on his own.
Aberdeen initiates the contact.
Going to be successful.
Aberdeen, a junior, bigger and bigger role every year in this Florida program. The floater by Pettiford, and keep in mind he's a lefty, and he floated that in from 12 feet away with the right.
He sees a ranked team like a bull sees red. He plays better against ranked teams.
Condon from Aberdeen, and Florida is finding itself at the offensive end. As we mentioned, Bruce Pearl and Todd Golden, the coaches of these two programs, are very, very close. Their relationship goes back to 2009 when Bruce Pearl was the coach of Team USA at the Maccabi or Maccabea Games, a competition for Jewish athletes. Comes here as an assistant for a couple of years for Bruce Pearl, and he and Stephen Pearl, Todd and Stephen Pearl, each described the other as basically my best friend. They talk every single day about basketball, about other teams in the SEC, but Jay, as is always the case, they had to shut it down before this one. It's all about getting the W for everybody involved.
Yeah, Bruce says he roots for Todd every game but one. That's when they're playing Auburn. But you can tell how proud he is of the job that Todd Golden has done, not only at Florida, but when he was at San Francisco as well.
3 years as an assistant there under Kyle Smith, and then 3 years as the head coach. A sophomore from Slovenia, hit 2 huge threes in the win Tuesday over Vandy, turning a 3-point lead into a 9-point lead. Clayton gets it back from Houck.
Really hard to trap Walter Clayton Jr. So good with the ball.
And a 3 will go for Sam Alexis, a junior. Pettiford sits, Kelly back in for the Tigers. Chaney Johnson, bounce pass into the paint, Dylan Cardwell.
How is that not a foul? He's got his arms wrapped around him.
And the jump hook a little bit short, letting him play. Richard back to Houck. Richard wide open, hits the 3, and the Gators have the lead.
Great job by Thomas Houck of drawing that double team, then kicking it out.
Tuesday night, Wildcats and the Vols. Condon runs it down, but Chinyelu couldn't handle the pass.
Almost an outstanding save to Ruben Chinyelu for a bucket.
Tied at 23. Broom back into the game after sitting for about 4 minutes. Jaheim Hudson, the offensive rebound. Miles Kelly again.
Miles Kelly created space for that shot without taking a dribble. Just a simple little jab step, got the defender to back up a bit.
He's got 7. Richard no, Chinyelu the rebound, and it goes.
Talk about a rebound in traffic. Times he will duck into the post, and Florida can get a drive. He essentially screens the help defense.
Oh, Kelly got open again, and he makes Florida pay again.
He closed the distance by coming back a step to the ball.
Broom one-on-one, isolated with Chinyelu. The spin and the finish.
And he's going to get back to that left hand no matter what.
Averaging better than 18 a game to go with almost 11 rebounds per game. Nice turnaround bank from Walter Clayton Jr. You remember has come back from a couple of injuries this year, a shoulder injury in the non-conference, and then more recently an ankle injury that cost him a couple of games. Boy, how in the world did that ball not go down? Cooper Flag Player of the Year candidate there, and it marks the return of Dick Vitale to the
and J.J. Redick of Duke.
Yep. And they also play for the #1 and #2 teams in the nation as well. Condon has it. 10 to shoot. Clayton got it. And Florida's back on top again.
Gators uniform the last 2 seasons.
Very talented high school football player. Played offense and defense, quarterback, wide out, DB, but liked basketball more. And he was getting big time offers in football. Condon muscling Broom down underneath the bucket, and that extends the lead for the Gators. 10, Florida on a 9-0 run with a 3-point lead. Kelly, good ball pressure by Aberdeen, but Kelly keeps going and scores.
Big guys or on cuts, because that's the kind of thing that can open up some open perimeter shots.
Tough 2 will rattle home for Clayton.
That is an on-demand scorer. You give him the ball, he can go get you a bucket. You don't have to run anything.
He's got 10, and he's down with a rebound off the miss by Kelly. He was thinking about it. He's doing more than thinking about it, and he hits again.
He is on a heater. But when they're in switch situations or in ball screen situations, not stay at the level of the screen. Because right now, Walter Clayton Jr. is having his way.
That's a pretty good game plan. Get it to Broom. Alexis giving up a fair bit of size in that matchup with Broom.
Nice job by Cheney Johnson to step up into Walter Clayton Jr. But then Chad Baker-Mazara commits the cardinal sin foul of fouling a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but he got him on the arm, it looked like. And this is his strength, and he can beat you at the line.
Yeah, the only guard.
And it is now the largest lead of the game for the Gators. Again, remember, they were down 10. Kelly with 12 to lead Auburn. Clayton with 16 to lead everybody. Johnson, strong stuff. His first. Johnson 3 years at Division II. University
Pre-switch, too.
Final minute of the first half. A tough shot contested 2 by Johnson. Condon with a shovel pass, and Houck is fouled by Broom.
Very skilled big man.
Yes. Made them both. Florida by 6. It's going to hold the ball here, about a 5-second difference. Houck takes the 3 and hits.
But Florida really punished Auburn for trying to double team the ball when Walter Clayton Jr. had it. Just not a rotation to Houck.
Houck, a 30% 3-point shooter, had all kinds of space. Condon a rebound, and he's fouled. Wow. Condon makes the front end.
Well, I think I could say with authority he's the best cricket player in the Southeastern Conference, maybe the country.
And the first half comes to a close. It was all Auburn early. It was all Florida late. Walter Clayton Jr. with a big half, and the Gators close strong. They've only lost 1 game all season. That was to Duke on December the 4th at Cameron. They feel virtually unbeatable in this building, but what a half it was for the Gators. Richard into Chinyelu for the slam, and the lead is a dozen.
Nobody boxed out the shooter. That's the easiest basket that Dylan Cardwell's going to have all season.
Clayton finds Condon. And Condon scores over Cardwell. They got to reset. Baker-Mazara, shot clock at 5. Got his man in the air, missed the shot. Richard racing down the court, he'll lay it in.
It's almost like Auburn was stunned by that shot and miss by Chad Baker-Mazara. They just didn't get back.
There has been a 24-point swing in this game. Broom lays it in and 1. After picking up his second foul, and Thomas Houck, who is great.
Plays very well with Condon. It gives them 2 really skilled big guys.
And the home run pass, and Condon is held and scores anyway.
Boy, how about that? This game, he was the quarterback. You'd think Martin would be throwing that pass, but maybe Walter Clayton Jr. sending a message to his high school football coach. Hey.
Broom with 9 points, 4 assists in this game. Kelly a miss. Houck wraps it up.
What an easy layup opportunity. Dylan Cardwell sealed off the defense.
And another deep one for Walter Clayton Jr. And the lead is 17 for the Gators. Tigers.
Usually those are the threes that really hurt after an offensive rebound and a kick out.
Pettiford way off, but Broom the rebound. Triple team. Now 2 of them lead, but he can't score. And Broom has missed a couple of shots around the rim, Jay, that he rarely misses.
Rarely. And we've seen a number of near layups missed.
Aberdeen. Houck. Too strong off the glass. Condon is there. And not surprisingly for a team that's only lost once, this is the largest deficit of the season.
The Gators have been on point in every aspect of the game.
And Pettiford misses the free throw, but Auburn gets it back. Kelly flies in and lays it in, and it's a 4-point possession for the Tigers.
One thing Florida cannot do is settle.
Kelly, Cardwell, Condon now for Florida. 4 on 3. Klabjar open and hits the 3, and a foul away from the ball.
You have to force Walter Clayton Jr. to his left. He cannot go to his right. He's much better to his right.
Klabjar, you talked about confidence, and it is growing by the minute. Pettiford doesn't need a lot of space, does he? Ball's loose, and it's stolen by Johnson. Kelly gets the roll. It's a quick 5-0 run. Tigers, and Tom Golden wants a timeout.
Was it a clinic among former Duke coaches back in the day, and Hubie Brown was spectacular at that clinic.
Condon the flush on the feed from Clayton.
Where the Brazilian women's team had a player named Hortensia, and how they handled box and 1 and triangle and 2 against Hortensia.
Yeah.
And all from memory.
Yeah.
And right now, Florida needs to get a little deeper in the clock because they didn't have transition.
Clayton somehow finds Houck, who lays it in.
Boy, he just found his teammate.
Jay, in addition to Clayton's 19 points, he's got a game-high 8 assists today. Johnson over Condon.
And Janai Broom will set a screen. Now he's going to shoot out to the corner.
Johnson, the assist to Broom, 12-point game.
They went right into flex action. Chaney Johnson was the screener, came right back to the ball.
Aberdeen, they barely get it in, and a foul on Johnson. Texas at 2 Eastern, 2 of the top 4 teams in the rankings of
the advance of Auburn. Just take a little bit of time off, and Auburn doesn't get into anything till about 16 on the clock. Good pass.
Broom banks it home, and a foul. And well short. Saved, and Auburn ball. Pettiford. Broom comes up with a loose ball. And the corner throw for Miles Kelly.
Some of Auburn's best offense has come off a missed free throw.
And here they come, down by 9. Florida has led by as many as 21. And now an Auburn foul. It's Baker Mazzara, his 3rd year in Gainesville.
Last 8 minutes of regulation, which puts a spotlight on free throw.
Kinulu and Houck. Kelly behind a screen. Tipped up and followed by Broom. But now seems past it. deafening noise here in the jungle. Auburn. Got to get a shot on. And an offensive rebound by Hout. Big play.
If you get a shot up, they can offensive rebound it. The worst thing you can do is turn it over.
Clayton. And look at the play by Hout. Aberdeen the three. And the Auburn fans and the Auburn bench livid. There was no foul call on Hout.
If you retaliate with it, you might. Shot missed. And Hout goes and taps it back to a teammate for a wide open three.
Auburn 7 for 16 from the line.
Florida really spreading the court.
Condon into the chest of Cardwell, and he banks it in.
And as a pressure release because Janai Broom is not coming all the way out on him.
Clayton got two guys in the air, missed the three, and Cardwell rips it down.
That's a big-time rebound. Shinyolu had inside position.
Pettiford behind the back, now finds Kelly. Pettiford open in the corner. And Broom will get the roll.
But you want to use clock when you can.
Back to Clayton. Back to Condon. 6 on the clock. Richard, no. Tipped, and Hout's got it. Richard again. Hits.
Well, you cannot ask guards to block out Ruben Shinyolu. Block him out. He's going to keep it alive, and they get another three off an offensive rebound.
12 made threes for Florida. Broom, no. Florida ball, but only briefly. Here comes Kelly. And another miss near the rim. There have been more of those in this game for the Tigers than you're used to seeing.
Florida does not need to be in a hurry here.
Under 4 to play, and a 15-point lead for number 6 Florida. Richard. Hout. And Cardwell down with it. But again, the seconds continue to tick away here. Boy, all kinds of traffic. Pettiford down hard.
The Gators have doubled up Auburn.
Tater than a score here in the second half. Something is up. 3 minutes to go in a 13-point game. Two on Baker Mazzara. Cardwell finds the open man. It's Miles Kelly. And the rebound down to Clayton, and a man down. It is Baker Mazzara down at the other end for Auburn. Aberdeen with a big corner three.
Starting, well, he's not a starter, but the big guys, the roommates, Hout and Condon, have been terrific.
Broom misses a three. Cardwell kicks it back out to him. And the second time will go, 87-74. If they can pick up this win on the road against number 1, this would be an incredible day for the Gators.
Well, Florida's been terrific offensively all year. It's its defense that's the most impressive thing.
And a lob won't go. A missed alley-oop, but a steal by Condon. And now a missed layup by Richard.
I don't know why Florida didn't pull that out and run some clock.
Really, both times they could have.
No need for it.
Yeah, and now a foul.
And on this free throw was missed.
Cannonball. Trying to take it out of Clayton's hands.
Want to get the ball off the sideline.
Aberdeen. 8 on the shot clock. Out wide open. And the rebound down to Broom. A minute and a half to go. Pettiford. Cardwell will lay it in. It's a 9-point game. A minute 20 to go. And Cardwell knocks Condon down. Remember Bruce Pearl, they're as best friends, but there's been nothing friendly about this one today.
Yeah, it's not father-son when the game's going on, or if Todd should ask for money.
10-point lead. Pettiford stripped away.
What a play by Houck. A fantastic split of two defenders by Tahad Pettiford, but Houck just knocks it away as he's going up for the shot.
And boy, they can taste it now inside the final minute with the ball and a 10-point lead. Richard, good decision. Good cut. Good pass and the lay-in to probably seal it here for the Gators, up by 12.
How skilled are Condon and Houck?
Kelly fouled in the corner, had room at times, in Florida without one of its best players.
That doesn't mean you want to take this last one for granted. Ball inbounds cleanly and expect that Auburn is going to slap at it.
Here comes the pressure after Kelly makes all three. Into Clayton in the corner, back to Aberdeen. Ahead to Richard. And this time they will back it out. The clock is their friend. And the seconds are ticking away on the Tigers. Clayton up, no good. Broom the rebound, but only 20 seconds remain. Pettiford needs a three. And the rebound down to Clayton, and the Florida Gators have come into Auburn, have come into the jungle, and they have knocked off the #1 team in the nation, the Auburn Tigers. What a victory for Todd Golden. The embrace there with Bruce Pearl. What a win for this Florida program.
What a huge win for Florida. And credit goes all around. The Florida bench was outstanding with Elijah Martin out with that hip injury. Walter Clayton Jr. was magnificent in the first half, and the big guys were fantastic on the glass from tap to buzzer.
The Tigers suffered just their second defeat of the year, now 21-2. Florida goes to 20-3 with an incredibly impressive win here at Auburn today, beating the Tigers 90-81. They made 13 threes on the day, but they won this one with toughness as much as they won it with skill.
That's exactly right. This is a tough bunch, the Florida Gators, and they proved it. I think you had mentioned they had not played a ton of ranked teams this year, but to come into the jungle and win decisively, that's a bold statement and a strong statement by this Florida team. They are to be reckoned with. They're a force both in the backcourt and up front.
Jess Sims is with Walter Clayton Jr.
Walter, you've now taken down two #1 teams in the same season. What is it about this team, these guys, that make it so special?
Man, honestly, man, it's just a bunch of guys that love each other off the court, man, and I think that shows on the court. You know how together we play. You know, just communication that go on. So I think it's just showing the love between all of us.
Well, there are no easy matchups here in the SEC. How difficult is it to get a win on the road? And let me tell you, this is your first ever upset against a #1 team in your program's history.
For sure, yeah. Now, it's definitely tough to get a road on the win in SEC in general, especially against a #1 team. You know, Auburn, man, they're a great team. They do a lot of things well. I think we prepared well, and we came out and we executed.
Congratulations.
Yes, man. Appreciate you.
What a game by Mr. Clayton today, and what a win for the Florida Gators, 90-81 over Auburn here at Neville Arena. And you can see the elation, the joy for Todd Golden and the rest of the Gators. No more impressive win maybe by anybody all season long. BYU Cincinnati next. Here's Chucky Kemp.